Yeah.
Ooh, spooky keyboard noises, spooky keyboard noises, boo!
Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're not. My name's Jennifer McPeak, and this is my writing channel where I talk about writerly and readerly things. And today's topic is something that for some reason I've seen some pretty heated debate on. Should romance novels have a happily ever after or a happily for now? Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with what those terms mean, for whatever reason, it means that after the main couple has gone through all of the things and all of the drama that's kept them apart and will they, won't they, and all this stuff is over, they will be together and either happily forever, riding off into the sunset, fairy tale ending, or they are happy for now because it's part of a sequel and they possibly have it set up to have more drama later on. But either way, the story ends with them happy and together. Now, some people think that a romance can still be a romance if the couple doesn't end up together by the end of the book or the movie, whatever. Those people are wrong. A defining feature of the romance genre is the happily ever after. If the couple doesn't end up together, for whatever reason, it's not a romance. It's something else. For the next bit, I'm not going to say the names of the movies or the books that I'm going to mention for spoiler reasons, but I am going to throw the name up around here somewhere so that you'll have the context for what I'm talking about. If you don't want the spoilers, then close your eyes for the next little bit. I'll tell you when I'm done. So, what if the story ends and one person in the couple is dead? Like this movie, or this book, or they both die and they ended up not being together in the first place. It's not a romance. That's historical fiction, which is a romantic drama. Romantic, but not a romance. Now, I could go on all day giving you examples, but I won't. This is your note that I am done with the titles. Suffice it to say, a story can have romantic elements without it being a romance. A novel or a movie can be a romantic drama, a romantic tragedy, a romantic comedy. The romance can be a subplot, and a romantic subplot absolutely does not have to end in an HEA, happily ever after. But if you're going to have romance as a defining feature of your novel and you want to call your book a romance, they have to end up together. Them's the rules. But what about Nicholas Sparks? He always writes romances and they always end in tears. He's been called the king of romance. But you know what? He denies that title because he knows he doesn't write romances. Because romances require a happily ever after or a happily for now. If you doubt me, I would like to direct you to the following graphic. When I'm picking out a book to read and I want a guaranteed happy ending, I usually go for a romance because it's a rule of the genre. It is expected that at the end of that book, they're going to be together. They're going to be happy. The details of how happy they are up for debate, but they are happy together. I shouldn't be getting misled when I pick up a book in the romance genre because that is one of the genre expectations. That is one of the rules of the genre is the happily ever after. But lately I've been finding novels that in their blurbs say it is a sweeping romance or they really, really play up the romantic aspect of their novel, but they don't end up together. And they market it as a romance, but they don't end up together. No, I won't not read the book because they don't end up together. But don't tease me and say it's a romance novel and then have them not get together. Don't have the girl abandon true love in favor of the rich guy who can give her a comfortable life, or have the guy die in a freak gasoline fight accident. Yes, writers want to cash in on that sweet, sweet romance money because romance is one of the most popular genres. Despite all of the misogyny surrounding it about being porn for women, it's still a very lucrative genre. And people want to cash in on it, and I get that. But if you didn't write a romance novel and you try to pass it off as a romance novel to romance readers, you're going to end up with some angry readers, including myself. And if you double down on the, well, it's a romance because I said so aspect of it, you're going to alienate a very voracious section of the readership population. Just admit what you wrote. Admit that you wrote a romantic drama. Admit that you wrote a romantic historical fiction. Admit that you wrote a romantic thriller. But own it and be proud of it. The readers will come. But you don't want readers coming for a specific thing and then blindsiding them with something they didn't agree to read. So that's my opinion on the matter is absolutely, without exception, a romance novel has to end in a happily ever after. You're welcome to strike up a conversation with me about it in the comments and try to explain why you think a romance can end without a happy ending and still be considered a romance. Maybe I'm not looking at it from the same angle you are, and I'm open to being proven wrong. I mean, I probably won't be, but it's always cool to hear what other people have to say on the matter. Thanks for sticking around and listening to me rant about a question that I answered before I even rolled the opening credits. My name is Jennifer McPeak. I'm an unpublished author currently querying a novel and studiously gearing up for the Pathfinders Writing Collective 2024 Challenge, which you can learn more about by following them on their Instagram, Pathfinders Writing Collective. If you'd like to follow me along on my writing and eventual publishing journey, and I would love if you did, I post videos every other Wednesday, and I make videos about writing, arts and crafts, reading, and the occasional rant about genre rules. If you feel so inclined, you can also follow me on Instagram at jmcpeakwrites. I try to post about 3 times a week. I'll be posting some of my progress for this upcoming challenge over there as well. Until next time, did you know that Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was the first feature-length animated film released back in 1937? Well, now you do. Enjoy that tidbit of knowledge, and I will see you next time. Later.
Ooh, spooky keyboard noises, spooky keyboard noises.